how about this? I'm looking at schools in Manhattan, and there's a school there, and there's built in the 20s and 30s, and there's a doorway that says boys, and a separate doorway on the other side of school that says girls.
Oh, God.
Why are we doing this?
Because people are mostly boys and girls?
But why split?
Is this a series? What is good, YouTube family? It's your boy, Shout, the Black Anomaly Rising Channel. Yo, I got to do this reaction because I've been seeing this clip posted literally every freaking where. It's apparently some crazy, ridiculous interaction between Bill Maher and Neil deGrasse Tyson. And I don't know that much about that particular. I know Bill Maher, of course. Neil deGrasse Tyson, I've seen him around, and for what I've seen, he's like woke as hell. That's really all I've seen is him being woke as hell, especially as it relates to the whole transgenderism issue, gender fluidity, stuff like that. That's all I've seen, but I don't think I've ever done it on this channel. So I guess without further ado, let's just get into it.
You were raised, spoiler alert, wrong. You were raised wrong. That's the key to everything, is the kids were raised wrong. And it doesn't make me the bad guy because I noticed this. I don't know why you want to join this.
I want to navigate it so I can still be effective in communicating.
Yeah, me too.
But no, you've given up. You're on the rocking chair.
No, I have not given up.
Get off my lawn.
But you have a no. That's stupid.
That's real.
Stupid. It's so fucking. It's demeaning and insulting.
No,
quite frankly, because it's reducing what I do, which is really subtle.
Yeah,
and a lot of smart people like it.
That's
what they would say on Fox News.
What?
Oh, you know, he's just old. Get off my lawn. It's a prejudice. It's not accurate.
What the hell?
It's not cool.
You're not allowing my free speech.
I'm allowing. I'm just calling you out on your bullshit. Calling you out on your bullshit.
Because it doesn't agree.
This is actually kind of funny already, low key, because that is kind of what he's doing. Like Candace Owens is literally up there, pregnant, black woman, and just 1, 2, 3, black woman pregnant, and she still does it. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids be violent at the colleges too. They be crazy as hell. They be unhinged, and she ain't scared. What's up, Bill? Just saying. Neil deGrasse Tyson kind of got him on that point.
I know you think that, like, you had a thing with Martina Navratilova.
What do you mean I have I have nothing? What do you mean?
A beef. You know, she has beef with you.
Why did she have a beef with me?
Because you think, like, guys with dicks should get in the women's swimming pool, basically.
Well, whatever got clipped and reposted, I don't know. But what I said was that in this emergent space where you have people expressing themselves on a gender spectrum and you want to now compete in sports, that's still a frontier to be solved. And I don't have the answer, but I can suggest one, whether or not it'll work. Maybe we don't compete by gender anymore. We compete on hormone ratios, okay? There's a woman who had uncommonly high testosterone levels, and they wanted to disqualify her because of how manly she was when she was born a woman and competing as a woman. So that's how we're going to do it.
You know, this is
what you really want. Wait, Bill, no, I've thought this through more than you might think I have. Oh. So what you really want is an interesting contest between people who are similarly talented. The least interesting Super Bowl you could ever watch is a blowout by halftime.
See, what we agree on is that there are anomalies in human nature, whereas,
yes.
You know, the vast majority of people, I'm sorry, are still male or female. And certainly every cell in our body is dictating one of those other sexes. I mean, obviously,
the hormones are. Yeah.
Obviously, also I make sperm and other people make eggs.
That's what hormones do. Yeah.
You can't deny that. Okay. So but we, as liberals, I think, agree that, you know, there are anomalies in nature and they should be respected and protected. But this attempt to reorganize all of society around what a very tiny percentage, who, again, we can protect and respect without pretending that every baby is a jump ball like penis. What the fuck? I don't know. That doesn't mean anything. We have no idea what this child is. I mean, that seems to be where you want to go. I mean, like, how many people fit this description that we should reorganize sports around? Sports we have men's sports and women's sports. And if the best team in the WNBA played the worst team in the NBA, the score would be 1,000,000-0. Can we organize society around that basic point with this, of course, proviso that we protect and respect people who do not fit into it?
Let's segregate society between
That's not
dark-skinned people and
segregating.
light-skinned people,
It's
because that nature made it that way, and that's how it is. So,
Well, nature
so
did
you-
make it that way.
You are.
And it's not segregating.
Well, there
It's
was a
not
time
segregating anything.
that attitude
It's-
150 years ago
Oh, it's
was
not-
it was
2 years ago. You act like this was yes, right. Lincoln. This was a big issue in the Lincoln-Douglas debates. Trans people. That's
No,
right.
I'm talking about
I
black,
remember
white.
that from
I'm talking about black, black.
1861. Yes, I remember those debates.
It was 1860,
and
I think,
Lincoln
but yeah.
was all about getting trans. Oh, for fuck's sake! You're ridiculous.
no. So here it is. Just all I'm saying is that. How about this? I'm looking at schools in Manhattan, and there's a school there, and there's a old from like built in the 20s and 30s, and there's a doorway that says boys, and a separate doorway on the other side of the school that says girls. And I'm
Oh
thinking,
God!
why are we doing this?
Because people are mostly boys and girls.
But why split?
Is this a serious? Is this guy serious? I can't even. It's like it's making my brain hurt because it's not. People like this had the audacity to think that there's some sort of upper echelon of intellectual. Like, it doesn't make any. This is what happens when you get too indoctrinated. You get too woke. The guy's too woke. He done read too many damn books and looked at too many damn gender documentaries. Like, this is crazy as hell. It's like, it's hilarious to watch because I'm like laughing my ass off, but at the same time, I'm like, it's hard to watch because I'm like, this guy's a freaking idiot. All right, let me keep going. Let me relax. Let me keep going.
With them entering a school building.
Because they pee differently? Jesus Christ! I have to explain this?
No, because you know what I thought when I saw that? It's colored fountain over here.
Are you?
White fountain over here. That's what I thought.
That's not the same.
It's unbelievable.
Well, it's not exactly the same thing,
and
but that's what I thought. It's not exactly. I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
But this is what I always say about these kind of issues. Like, there's two ways that you can be benighted about something. One, you can be too far from it.
Yeah.
Like, I would be too far from certain issues, racial issues, of course. How could I ever know?
Right.
You can also be lost sort of thinking-wise, as I am, because I'm too far from it, if you're too close to it.
Yes.
That can
You missed the elephant.
Well, you missed the elephant. It's the fly on the Mona Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fly wants to be on the Mona Lisa, I don't know, and I can't even appreciate art, but okay, you get my point. And so, like, I think when you see that, I totally understand why a man of your age does, but I don't think it's accurate.
So I used to wrestle, high school and college. Okay, it's relevant to this conversation, believe it or not. So I was captain of my high school team, undefeated. Although,
wow,
but it was in New York. The real wrestlers are in like Iowa, you know, and Oklahoma.
Oh, I'm sure there's some wrestlers.
There's some, but if you really balance
New
it out,
York
it's
has
not.
no tough guys.
We got tough guys, but they'll shoot you or punch you in the face. They're not wrestling with wrestling moves. But anyhow, what you want is a match that's interesting to observe, not where one person dominates the other. In wrestling, they know this. There are 10 weight categories. In high school, I was 190 pounds. That was 50 pounds ago or more. I was 190 pounds. Very good incentive to stay there because if I were 1 pound over it, the next category was unlimited. So I was there at 190 pounds. I'm not wrestling someone 127. No. They find somebody else at 127 and wrestle 127. That makes the match more interesting for the viewer. So if we can split wrestling into 10 categories, and that becomes the wrestling match.
But all men against each other.
Correct. So,
Okay,
so
again,
now
the
I get
sort
that.
of key point.
Okay. Okay. So all I'm saying is, what is it that makes the man the man? Is it the hormones? Okay. Is it if it's the hormones and you decide to give yourself a different cocktail of hormones? I'm making this up, by the way. I'm not saying it should happen this way. It's a way to start thinking about it.
It would be
maybe the track meets have hormone categories.
And maybe giving yourself the wrong hormones is deleterious to your health. Would you not admit that? Do you think we can just safely do things like this?
So you feel this way because you're so deeply concerned about the health of the people who are trying to find their place on the gender spectrum? You care about their health so much that you don't want them to go through that?
It's not something that keeps me up at night, but when the subject comes up, I care about them like I care about all people. So if there is something...
You do, by the way. You think about all people.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Oh, okay. You're being
You think about all people. No, I'm being sincere.
Yeah, I do. Yes. Yeah. Old school liberal.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
I don't know about that. I don't know about that because, look, if y'all know how Bill Maher's history with religious people... he doesn't seem to care that much, but that's just my opinion. Maybe he thinks I'm wrong.
I want all people to have, make this very challenging world that we live in better. So that's why there's honest debate about this issue.
All right, guys. So I don't see any more, at least as it relates to this topic, particularly on like the woke college kids and the transgenderism and all that stuff, and Neil deGrasse Tyson being extremely woke. The rest of it is basically them, the two of them being like woke together. They're having like a little woke orgy, like battle of the wokeness. Mental gymnastics is what they pretty much did for the rest of this podcast here. So I don't really have that much to say about it. I kind of already made my piece. I think that really both of them are woke as hell, but Bill Maher has his moments of using his brain. So, he's not always totally ridiculous. And he is pretty full of himself like all the time, but sometimes he actually does a little bit of research, or at least does uses common sense to make his points of view rather than just being woke as hell and just going along with whatever nonsense is popular at the time, I guess. Cause I'm sure over time, this whole thing is going to evolve and there's going to be some other woke nonsense. Some things are going to go away. Some things are going to be added. Y'all already know how it is, so who the heck knows where things are going to go, but at least videos like this can kind of expose it. I say you don't lend credibility to like people that don't believe in free speech or don't believe in reality. Like the whole thing with sports, it's just a ridiculous topic that I can't believe we're even debating, that men can compete against women as if it's the same, or you change the hormones, all of a sudden it's balanced out and it's okay and fair and good. Somebody's already been through puberty and is like 6 foot tall, 6'2", 6'3", compared to some 5'2", 5'3", 5'4" woman. Just because you switch the hormones up, it's fair and it's okay. Like, that's just freaking ridiculous. Anyway, y'all, look, hopefully you like this video. If you enjoy, you know what to do. Thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching Black Anomaly Rising. I'm out.